Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2008 General Membership Meeting of the United States Parachute Association. Madam Secretary, do we have a quorum?
No, we do not.
Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
You guys can vote.
You guys vote. This is your membership meeting. Motion is adjourned. Now let me explain to you what just happened. The Constitution and bylaws call for a quorum of our membership, which by rough count is approximately 3,100 people. And we're not there. So we can't even conduct a general membership meeting. However, what this turns into is a question and answer period for the members that do and have expressed interest to be here and see how the board functions and operates. And what I'd like to do is introduce the members of the board, starting from my right, your left, down there on the far end.
Scott Smith, Western Regional Director.
Dan Meyer, National Director.
Mike Rudolph, Southeast Regional Director. Mike Mullins, National Director. Frank Caceres, Mountain Regional Director.
Mary Lou Laughlin, Northeast Regional Director.
Jay Stokes, National Director.
Sherry Butcher, National Director.
Glenn Banks, National Director of Rayford, North Carolina.
BJ Worth, National Director.
Police Works Meyer, Southwest Region.
Hugh, Pacific Region.
Todd Spillers, Gulf Region. John Goswitz, North Central Region.
Nick Johnson, Southern Region.
Gary Peak, Central Regional Director.
Brady Allison, Mid-Eastern Regional Director.
Scott Stewart, Eastern Region.
All right, so now you know who we are, so now let's get a chance to know who you are. If I start with this distinguished looking couple up here on the left front.
Larry Rowley.
Sally Johnson.
John Hall, Bill City Hall.
Keith Bergeron.
Bill Eggert, former board member, Glad
Quick floating.
Ed Strong, Orlando, Florida. Bill Morrissey, Orlando, Florida.
Tom Mann, City, Florida.
Rob Leland, Orlando, Florida.
Rick Reed from Z Hills, I live in Orlando here.
Henry Lyons at Jefferson Land.
Marianne, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Christy Rudy from Atlanta, Georgia.
Chris Antones from Seattle, Washington.
JP Fenari, currently Skydive Santa Barbara, California.
Gary Schaefer, Atlanta, Georgia.
Chris Spence, Macon, Georgia.
Bob Palatka, Haines City, Florida. Mr. Bonify, Atlanta, Florida.
I'm Adam Beagle.
Matt Kalush, Deland, Florida. Carrie Whitley, Deland, Florida.
Shauna Smith, Director of Communications at Headquarters.
Rodney Bayless, USPA. Larry Bagley, the Director of Competitions on the staff.
Jim Kraus, Director of Safety and Training, Fredericksburg.
Well, again, thank you all for coming. So now it's time to open up the floor for your questions. We also have a presentation with our Executive Director, Mr. Ed Scott. Tell you what, let's do the presentation first, Ed, then we'll open up the floor.
Okay. Good evening, I'm Ed Scott, Executive Director of USPA. Welcome to you all. I've got the pleasure of giving my very first Executive Director's briefing. I started jumping in 1975, you'd think I'd know better.
Anybody last night?
Yes.
The button that says on.
And Cube, that
Yeah, thank you.
One knob right there that's lower than the other.
This one. Here for it.
By the way, Mike Groff, Para Publishing, PIA's representative to the board of directors.
Okay, this is the annual report that's required that we provide an annual report to you, the members, at the general membership meeting. We're required to hold one of these meetings each year. And at the beginning of the year, we set down the challenges that we think are facing us, and then the strategies that we're going to put into effect to face those. Those were the challenges that were put on the table at this time last year. Rejuvenate membership growth, address the insurance premium that comes with the USPA membership, the instructional rating hierarchy, as always, continue to try to reduce fatalities and accidents. Access to airspace and airports is always on our list. We need to increase non-dues revenue so that member dues aren't the largest source of revenue and that we must depend on. We do have plans to bring the website to the next level, next generation. We have a plan to redesign Parachutist magazine, get e-commerce up, and I'll explain what that means in just a second. And then provide for meaningful representative elections. We hold elections for this board of directors every 2 years. So how did we do? Just kind of an arbitrary grading system, but we did experience membership growth, and you'll see more detail on that in just a short while. Wasn't huge growth, but it was growth. And in face of recent year declines, it was definitely moving in the right direction. So we'll give ourselves a C+. We were able to lower member insurance rates, and I'll give you the specifics on that in just a second. The rating hierarchy is almost done, just about complete, and that's the only reason it did get an A+, but it's close. We did reduce fatalities, our bright spot for the year, in fact, for the past couple of decades, and we've got to give ourselves, all of us, an A+ on that. Every one of you out there who's in the jump community or part of a DZ or has an appointment as an SNTA or has a rating, every one of you play a role in that. Preserving access to airports, we had some wins. I can't say we had any losses, but we've got a couple of cases that are just dragging on and on with either proponents of drop zones who are encountering difficulty getting on in the airport they want, and or existing drop zones that are having to battle to stay in place on an airport. We haven't lost any of those yet, but in a couple of cases, a couple of them are a couple of years old at this point, still waiting for FAA action. So we'll give ourselves a C on that one. Increased non-dues revenue, particularly advertising, not graded, but we're not there yet. We've still got some ideas we're kicking around for some other programs that the members may be interested in. Advertising, we did increase the revenue we're getting from advertising for the magazine. And certainly credit goes to the communications department for that. Redesigned Parachutist. For the first time in 10 years, Parachutist has a brand new look. I think you all have seen it. We've gotten overwhelmingly positive response from the membership. You see new features in the magazine. We're making more of an effort to share our story with the membership, to make sure that the interesting people and places and events are being covered. Interesting photos, of course, and from what we're hearing, most of you think we've done an excellent job with that, and I have to agree. E-commerce, that's the effort, the final effort to our long database program to actually get a module installed so that the typical member can log in and then change their own address so that